Marcos Deniza isn't well known for volleyball despite the recent success. So every time they take the court, they feel they have something to prove. I'm here on the 101 westbound during the peak of rush hour. As you can see, traffic is pretty backed up. Now officials expect to open up the new HOV lanes sometime during the holiday season. Now experts say there are 3 ways to live longer: eating right, exercising, and putting down that cigarette. What was supposed to be a simple 3-week project has now turned into a 3-month disaster for these local businesses. The road construction was supposed to go from Fillmore to Garfield on 1st Street and take roughly 3 weeks. Now it enters its 3rd month, and as you can see, they are nowhere near being ready. This is an example of both illegal dumping and border trash. People will leave behind items such as couches, and then immigrants will dump clothing, blankets, and other materials. What are the coaches telling you guys? Do they feel that you guys are where you need to be, or you guys still have work to do? What exactly are you hearing from the coaches day in, day out? An army of volunteers assembles in the desert at the Arizona-Mexico border. They aren't here to track down immigrants or drugs. They're here to pick up trash, border trash. Equipped with tongs, gloves, and trash bags, these volunteers set out to collect it all, and they're ready for a big haul.
It's approximately 2,000 pounds of trash per year that's deposited in the desert.
Littered about are the traces of border crossings.
Well, it's just about anything that you could imagine that would be associated with a long journey. So we're talking about backpacks and clothes.
And the garbage just keeps piling up over the years. But not all of it comes from border crossers. This is an example of both illegal dumping and border trash. People will leave behind items such as couches, and then immigrants will dump clothing, blankets, and other materials.
It's sad because people are just coming and dumping their stuff.
On this day, volunteers came across 2 large trash cans that reeked. It turns out someone had cleaned out their septic tank and illegally dumped it in the desert.
It makes me sad to claim I'm an American and from Arizona.
Within 3 hours, the cleanup event is over. This area returned to its natural state, almost. And the dumpster, it's now full with the trash left behind by the folks who want to live in America and those that already do. In the Rio Rico Valley, Andrew Bovin, Cronkite News. It's not the sound you'd expect from a town known more for farming than football. But here in Thatcher, Arizona, a group of young men are trying to realize a dream. They want to be college football players. Not everyone's path to this small weight room at Eastern Arizona College is the same, but they are all here for a second chance at their dream.
Definitely feel like I made the right decision coming to Eastern Arizona. It's been a great fit for me.
These players have come to this modest field and put their trust in Coach John O'Mara.
For the most part, these kids could come in and they could play. And all we did is guide them in the right path to get an education.
This year, he had 2 players ranked in the top 10 for junior college players according to Rivals.com, Travell Dixon and Mohamed Saisi.
Right now we have 6 top 50 players in the country on Rivals who are from Arizona. That's never been done before.
Coach O'Mara is quick to point out that his players do all the work. They get the grades, they do the workouts, and they make the plays. But he admits there's a reason top programs and coaches come to this small college for players.
But the one thing we're very honest, and we tell our kids from day one, if you don't practice hard, we're going to let them know.
Both Dixon and Saisi are now at big-name universities. Which leads us back to that weight room, where Coach O'Mara is training yet another group of athletes. In Thatcher, Andrew Bovin, Cronkite News. These girls are good. They're powerful. They have fun. They win. Head coach Scott Miller has been coaching the Marcos Deniza girls volleyball team for 6 years, and his teams have seen great success.
My first season, we made it to the state semifinals. That was 5 years ago. Made it to the state tournament the following year, and then we didn't make it for 2 years, but the past season, we had a 13-5 record.
Marcos Deniza isn't well known for volleyball despite the recent success. So every time they take the court, they feel they have something to prove.
Yeah, I definitely think even here, like at our school, you know, like our peers would be like, oh, you guys are okay, but I mean, we definitely have something to prove.
Miller knows his team wants to prove all the doubters, so he preaches fundamentals and demands nothing short of greatness.
He is definitely upfront. He'll come up and tell you, this is what you're doing wrong, here's how you fix it. And I definitely respond well to that kind of coaching.
His newest project is Diamond Glaspie. The senior transferred to Marcos de Niza because her previous school dropped their AIA affiliation. She's being looked at by Cal Berkeley in Arizona, but Miller had to correct one fatal flaw in her game.
I actually was a goofy-footed player where I would go backwards in my footwork. Like I was left-handed and I'm right-handed. So he's actually fixed that. I'm no longer goofy-footed, and that's what a lot of colleges were iffy about with me is, oh, she's goofy-footed, and it's hard to change that.
With the Padres believing in Miller and themselves, they have one goal in mind.
We're trying to go to state and win.
For the Varsity Zone, I'm Andrew Bovin. Phoenix is a fairly normal city with a lot of people, skyscrapers, and traffic. But one thing that makes Phoenix and its surrounding suburbs that make up Maricopa County unique is its high life expectancy. According to a study conducted by the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation at the University of Washington, men in Maricopa County have a life expectancy of nearly 77 years, and for women it's closer to 82 years.
We have lots of sunshine and good weather that allows people to get out and be active. So that really supports a good lifestyle that promotes health.
While it ranks above the national average for both men and women, Maricopa and most counties across the U.S. rank below the leading countries. To become a world leader, government agencies can play a role by improving air quality, access to medical care, and other factors. But research shows the length of one's life mostly boils down to personal choices. Now, experts say there are 3 ways to live longer: eating right, exercising, and putting down that cigarette. One reason for increasing numbers in Maricopa County are the high-tech medical centers within the valley. This center, known as Phoenix CyberKnife, boasts the latest in cancer treatment technology.
It's a very technologically advanced center. We have the very newest radiation therapy machines available on the market today. We have the CyberKnife VSI, which is the very latest version of the CyberKnife, and we have the TrueBeam machine, which is the very latest linear accelerator.
Phoenix CyberKnife just opened in February of 2011, and Howard feels that advances in medical treatment will help put the United States back on the leaderboard.
We have to have the highest technology that we can so that we can provide the best shot that we can to combat the disease.
Still, Shay stresses that one's life is in their own hands.
The people that stay out of hospitals are the ones that live longer.
For Newswatch, I'm Andrew Bovin.